put me on airplane mode. You can put me on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. This is your captain speaking, the Midnight Rider, taking you off on today's Tuesday night flight. Hopefully you're ready to board. Hopefully you got your passes ready. Hopefully you made it through check-in. Today we got a special show. We got the gentleman Jack Carr. We got the big guy KG. Tuesday night flight. Get in your seats. Put your seatbelts on. Let's get ready to fly. What's up, KG?
Well, I mean, that was right on time, keeping with the theme. Welcome to the show with probably the most catchiest intro. I mean, it's like I said a couple weeks ago, it's as catchy as BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. Okay, the look that I just got, I guess it's not as catchy as BBL Drizzy.
It's not that catchy.
No, but it's
I will admit, there was a moment where I got a little two-step going in my head, and I had my arms up. I was,
oh yeah. I was getting my groove on in that. KG, you tried your best.
Well, I mean, it's as catchy as Not Like Us. How about that?
Right.
I'll take that. Speaking of which, I got a 3-year-old that knows the beat. Like, she can catch the beat on that, and she mimics the beat. And I was like, you know what? I told my daughter and my son-in-law, I said, Slim, y'all got to get her into music. I said, you're welcome. Because when she was a baby, she wouldn't sleep. I said, do this. I have a playlist. Take this playlist and just play it for her all night. They were playing lullabies and stuff. No. I got this playlist called Midnight Magic. And that's magic with a J. Play that. I guarantee you she'll sleep through the whole night. They played it one night. And the playlist is 54 hours long. So they played it for one night. No skips. She slept the whole entire night. I said, all she needs is R&B music in her life.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, my daughter slept to music probably till she was about 10, 12 years old. I mean, seriously, we get a stomping little girl coming out. I need music.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
In college, when I got to George Mason, it was too. All right, I'll let my DC part of me come out, but no, it was too quiet. So I used to have to like put the radio on because I didn't have sirens, I didn't have people outside my door, I didn't have any of the street sounds. So it was like, yo, I was like, you look, dog, I ain't gonna play nothing that's gonna like be super upbeat. But I'm gonna play something just so I can try to fall asleep because I need the noise. And I was like, if it's gonna bother you, just let me know, and I'll just plug in my headphones, and I'll sleep that way.
I don't like sleeping in the quiet. I prefer fall asleep with the TV on, and the TV got a little setting that turns it off, and 45 minutes later, whatever. Yeah. But when it's quiet, man, I think my mind races too much. That's my problem, especially if you got something going on, and so I'd rather a little noise.
Here's something funny. Me and my wife were just talking about it last week. Now, periods in my life I had to sleep, radio on. When I met her, I used to. This is the heyday of 102.3 here in DC, WMMJ Magic.
102.3.
I used to listen to Alvin John Waples from 3 to 7. Rest in peace to a great dude, man. I love listening to him. And what was that? Mike Chase from 7 to 12, Magic After Dark. And I'd be laying in the bed when I was working days at the time. I'd be laying in the bed talking on the phone to her, listening to Magic After Dark. Brian Madden would come in from 12 to 6. And it'd be a song that would pop on. And I would call her in the middle of the night. She'd be like, I'm already up listening to it. It'd be like Atlantic Star. Anything with Atlantic Star, if it popped on now,
no doubt.
He called her.
No doubt.
And like that's how it was. We slept. That's how we were able to be together by being apart. We had music. And it was like that on a regular basis when it was nighttime, especially when I was working at night. Oh man, music got me through a lot of nights. Music.
Mm-hmm.
But fellas, let's get off into this show.
Oh, we leaving the we getting on to the tarmac and about to take off.
Yes, we have to because put your trays up. Make sure your seats in the upright and locked position. See, I can't say that without saying this. If you too young to ever listen to International Lover, I'm gonna need you to go listen to that and just sit back and just thank you for flying Prince Airways.
Do we get the gun or do we go for more troops? Let's
Hey,
get more troops.
love it. Hey, your seat can be used as a flotation device. Oh Lord. Look. See?
My bad, dog. That's my joint right there. Little Atlantic Star sitting for me. What,
man? See, Midnight Rider trying to go there.
Can't even talk. Can't make a sentence, boy.
See, do it again. Do it again.
No, I ain't gonna do it again. Do it
again.
Time
Come on, right here. Do it again. Come on, do it again.
Hold on. Let me see.
He got his phones on.
Let me see what I got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
KG, you trying to get through the show, KG. You got a show to do.
Just smile on her face. That's all I can say. But jumping off into this thing, man. As you can see, we are in a great mood.
How Ernie Johnson say, I don't know how we transition, but let's go.
Yeah.
But I need this, fellas. Actually, let me stop. I appreciate this. I appreciate you, gentlemen. For those that don't know, me and Bambi had a come to Jesus moment yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dog. It was like I truly believe that if I hit my brake, Bambi's through the window. Like he got to the point where he pushed my windshield in so far that like the windshield was at like its break, that you know how you get to that breaking point, but it doesn't come through.
That's designed.
And I honestly believe that if I saw him beforehand, I would have tried to brake, and that would have made it worse. So like I got the best scenario out of it. Now I don't know if I got to go back and get his insurance card because he probably got the Hartford.
He run off?
Huh?
Did he run off?
He just slid off the car. I don't know where he went.
Oh,
like it was one of the craziest things. It was so boom boom that I didn't know how to react.
Yeah.
So literally, I'm turning, getting on to. If anybody's been on 495, getting on the 295 or the Parkway, I'm coming around that little turn. I'm looking straight ahead, and something catches, like something shows to my right, and it's him. And I give him all the credit because we make eye contact, and he looked reluctant, like it looked like he was doing the dare. Like, oh, dog, you can't make it across the street before this car come over.
So did this happen on the ramp, getting onto the Parkway?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all Woody right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he jumps like at the very last second. So my bumper is fine.
The hood.
He literally lands right on the hood, slides up the hood. And I already had the issue with the other side of the windshield. And it was funny because at that time, I'm thinking, all right, what am I doing this week to get that taken care of? And then he jumps on the hood, slides up, indents. The other side of the thing, I was like, well, we gotta get a new windshield now. I mean, but it was crazy because we all got guardian angels. We all got people looking out for us, and that's really what it was. Like it was. If it wasn't for those things that you believe in, on a godly nature, I don't know if I'm still here or if I'm in the hospital room, because he did. Like I got the perfect landing and the perfect fall off for this deer to hit my car.
Yeah, man. Over here, it's pretty common to hit deers as well. I've been here 20 plus years. I ain't got one yet, thank God.
I got yours.
Thanks. I don't want one. It does happen. I mean, all my neighbors have gone through it. It's especially in the fall when they're in rut.
Yeah.
Right now they're just chilling, but they're building so much over by me that it's forcing some of the deers out of their natural habitat, and they gotta, travel to go find new homes. It's crazy.
Well, they built so much in Southeast that like I've been.
No, ain't got no deer in Southeast. That's target practice.
What are you talking about? Oh, Jack, you would not believe
What?
the amount of deer
Maybe down by Haynes Point or something.
No. Panorama room, the bottom of the hill, they hang out there, and they hang out by the top of the Fort Stanton Park.
Wow.
Because I used to leave from this side of town off of Morris Road to go up to when I used to live up at Bona Vista Terrace, and I would drive up the hill, and all I'm seeing is deer just in different little speckles all over the place.
Yeah, I was just busting your chops. I figured this.
Nah, you good, Jack. You good, baby. All right, now that I took us off to Deerland.
Well, I'll say this: sticking local, coming down 295, coming down 495 a little ways. We can stop at Commander Stadium. Brandon Ayuk has been posting some things as of late. He posted a screenshot of Commander's practice from last week, and it seemed like a couple local people, Chris Russell, Al Galdi, and a few other local hosts weren't too happy about it. I don't understand why they weren't happy, because it was public knowledge and it's nothing to see there. I mean, it's just a screenshot. I understand why they're not happy, but is Brandon Ayuk sending subliminals saying that something's in the works for him to become a Commander?
That's it. That's I think that's what the public is assuming, because when that happened, all I kept saying was Ayuk to the Redskins, Ayuk to the Redskins. I don't know what he's doing, because he's done the same thing to Pittsburgh, kind of similar. When in hitting Mike Tomlin up on Twitter. He didn't say nothing about a practice field or nothing, but he said, people say we twins. What do you think? And so everybody now thinks he's going to Pittsburgh. So I don't know what he's doing with these messages. He must have too much time on his hands, because he ain't going to camp.
No, we got too much time on our hands because basketball is gone. Football is on the way. Baseball is playing. We kind of sort of have a WNBA thing going. So it's kind of like Brandon Ayuk is masterful in his craft right now of creating messages and creating stories. So what he's done is put himself in position to always be a story or be a topic in the media networks that we have around right now, because nothing else is going on. Like I listened to JP yesterday, and JP's like, "Yo, this is July 8th radio." Like you're not getting all the stuff you would normally get during the season or during time. That's a great tag by Jay Naylor picking off a runner for the Detroit Tigers in this Cleveland Indians game. But back to the point, we don't have enough to talk about because we like baseball, we love baseball, But baseball is the sport that you're gonna spend all your show talking about. It's just not. So,
I
now
gotta
we have to thank Brandon Ayuk for just giving us something. And I like how you put that little Chris Russell shot in there because you know that's my boy. But it's all good.
No, it's not a shot because I want. Here's the thing: I meant to call you to have you call him and ask him. Just give me 5 minutes. I need to know what were you upset about. Like it's a screenshot. I want to talk to him. I want to talk to Galdi. I need to know, fellas. Like y'all are my guys. I need to know.
No. So I think what the issue is because he took pictures of practice, and we talking about practice. Not a game. Practice. Put a screenshot out, and I just think some of this is old man or old people situations where they don't get the point of some of this stuff, and they want to think that we're on DEFCON 3, and we need to get the National Guard involved. We need to get whatever military ready. And load up and be ready for artillery. But I think it was a screenshot. And it was the most basic screenshot I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. It's two back. Excuse me. It's two backs. It looks like they're in a 4-4 setup. So you got 4 down linemen. 2 of the ends are in wide 9 techniques. It looks like you got 3 backers with a safety up. So the second you take Chris Rodriguez or I think it was Brian Robinson, the second you put them in motion, one of the backers will go out. And then what you're going to set up is you're going to do in my mind, I'm thinking we'll take the back and run a wheel. We'll take the outside receiver and run either a trail. You'll take the backside wide receiver and take a go, and then you run a post, and there we go. I'm sorry.
But you didn't get all that out of that picture. That picture, like
exactly,
basic.
What?
Exactly. You can't get all of that out of a screenshot. And here's my thing.
No, dude, you don't understand my mind. I'm an offensive savant.
I get that.
My only problem is my dad's name isn't Shanahan. Or like if Brian Flores needed to adopt a kid, we could do this and we can make this happen. And I'm sitting there walking them through offense.
Make it happen, Captain.
Yeah, that's why I'm good at Madden. And that's why they had to change Madden up because I was so good at offensive setups that, Sorry.
I'm going to come over your way after 12 years retired from Madden and ball you up.
Yeah, dog, Jack, you too. You giving old man vibes. You gotta do is buy a PlayStation. No, hear me out, Jack. Hear me out. You just buy a PlayStation, and then you just tag me, or we add you as a friend, and we can play remote. You ain't gotta come to my house. Play PlayStation. I
know how to do it. I know about the remote, chump.
Here's the thing. Now that could have went any way, shape, or form with that play. Yeah. But this is public knowledge, and this is not the early 2000s.
Oh, this is what we could have done. So we got 2 backs in the backfield. We probably got 3 receivers, right? We go Omaha. Got to go Omaha because we got to go hot. All right. So we got flies on both ends. We got a deep post, and then we could flare out the backs into the flats. You know what I'm saying? Or we go flat and we go option. All right, you see where I'm going here? Because you go option, you got the linebacker in jeopardy because we done already took everything out of the screen because you got linebackers involved, right? Because we got 3 linebackers in the picture, we can put them in jeopardy, dog.
Oh Lord.
Exactly, Jack. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. You can't get all of that off of a picture, and this is the thing. This is not this is not the 90s. Every bit of rookie minicamp, OTAs, the media is allowed in, so you get a lot of B-roll stuff. You see certain things. You don't see any concepts. You may see a play here, a play there. You may see a workout or something.
Even better. I got you again.
Yo,
All right, Omaha. So we take the back. We're gonna take Chris Rodriguez, roll him in motion, right? Put him in the short, in the slot, right? And now we're gonna go stem. So we're gonna take the outside receiver and send him on an up in and a cross, right? We're gonna take Chris Rodriguez because what we're basically doing with the outside route is we're setting up a screen, and then we're gonna take Rodriguez on a wheel route on the other side because you gotta take care of the backside.
You setting up wolf tickets.
Hey, if they're gonna come,
wolf tickets.
Here we go. All right,
We
so on the
can say
backside,
anybody
we're gonna do a
It could be
fly.
a run play.
Hold on. We're gonna do a fly, and we're gonna do a seek route across the middle of the field, and then we're gonna take the back into the flat. That's what we gotta do, baby.
KG, get your boy. Get your boy. Get your boy. Come on.
My whole point for this is to everybody that's a little bent out of shape about it. It's nothing. It's nothing. Here's the thing. Brandon Ayuk is due $14,124,000. That's his base salary for the season. $14 million. Now, if he was to come here in a trade, and somebody said, give San Francisco next year's first and a second for him just to get him here. And I said, okay, yeah, but I don't know if they want to lose the draft picks. It seems like they building through the draft, but then you still have to pay him, which is something that the Midnight Rider said to me. You still have to pay him, and he's looking at $30 million a season. And that is top five money for a top five receiver.
What was that again? Because you said something about me saying something to you about saying something about this and then talking about this. Break that down again.
Said something to Mookie.
Yeah.
We talked.
You said
about
the Midnight Rider said to me.
The Midnight Rider said to me, if Brandon Ayuk gets traded here, you still have to pay. I'm paraphrasing. Let me tell you verbatim what he said. You still got to pay him, dog. He got to get paid next year. He's looking for top five money. Are you willing to give him top five money after you're already giving Terry top five money? You can't have two receivers making $25+ million a piece.
Okay, so let's break this down because the Midnight Rider, I mean, I know the guy pretty good. He has pretty certain concepts when it comes to this process. Here's what the Midnight Rider was going to say or is thinking about saying is when you try to pay two receivers $25 million, I personally, Ben Conti, believe that the Midnight Rider is on a good thing. Like he's got a good thought process on this. And you don't want to pay two receivers elite money. And part of the reason why is because receivers are starting to become like running backs. Mm-hmm. And the only reason the receivers haven't become running backs, I think I brought this up on our All In episode with Lee Ice and the Big Dog. But Treylon Burks messed up this concept. Treylon Burks was the kid that got drafted out of Arkansas to the Tennessee Titans. They gave up A.J. Brown because they didn't want to pay him. The only problem is Burks has been hurt the whole time. So that's why it doesn't make sense to move off of receivers sooner than later. But everybody in the world knows that because of these 7-on-7 camps and because of everything else, that we're at a point now that receivers are almost a luxury. They're not a luxury, but they're common. So you can just be like, all right, I don't want to pay you $28 million. I'll draft Travis Hunter out of Colorado. I'll take that kid and start over next year. That way I ain't got to pay the $28 million that's due to you. And I think once there's a point where teams are going to have to get to a point where they're okay with not being okay. And I think that's the problem that we're dealing with right now. And that's why Ayuk has a market. Because really, I would never personally pay for Ayuk.
I'd like to have his talent. I don't want to write his check, but I'd like to have his talent.
But he's not different from what you got. You got Terry. Terry and Ayuk.
Yeah.
If they walk in the mall, they got the Spider-Man meme. Where they're pointing at each other like, yeah, I'm like, yeah. The only difference has been the quality of the offense and the quarterback play.
Amen.
I'm sorry, KJ.
Here's the thing. Going into this season, Terry McLaurin is at $15 million guaranteed. That's just the base salary. With the signing bonus and the roster bonus, workout bonus, he's at $24 million this season alone. So if you bring, let's say in a perfect world, you get Ayuk for 2 draft picks and future considerations and everything's like that. Listen to what I'm saying.
No.
Listen,
you're not even like, you don't even know what I'm saying. Okay. You thinking no. I'm not even talking about what the compensation is. I'm just saying in a perfect world.
There's not a perfect world. Things are much harder in the afterlife. Things go crazy.
I get that. That's not what I'm trying to get
at.
When
you're talking to that shrinking Beverly
Hills, I'm trying to make your point. I'm agreeing with you.
I'm messing with you, dog. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
When you're talking to that shrinking Beverly Hills, you know the one.
If you got him for whatever you got him for,
right,
and you said, all right, he got to get paid next year. You're talking about paying him $30 million. Now, it could be spread out through bonus and this, that, and the other, whatever, but it's still $30 million out your pocket. Right. Do you really want to invest $30 million a year in another receiver? And we, as of right now, we're not 100% solid at the quarterback spot.
And the line.
He hasn't played a down yet.
Oh, we good at QB.
He hasn't played a down. He hasn't played an NFL down yet.
All we got to do is rein in the fall guy. Because that's what I called him last year during the college football season. If we can get the fall guy not to just take the risk, we're going to be okay.
Okay. So let me ask you gentlemen this, and then we'll move on. What's the percentage that before the start of preseason, I'll put a cap on the preseason, what's the percentage that Brandon Ayuk is a Washington Commander?
In my world, hopefully it's 0. Because I don't care about that. I don't need receivers. Like for a guy that like sits at and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but you're a Doc Walker guy. Like you suckle at the teeth of the Doc Walker thought process. And for you to be having this conversation about a guy on the outside on the perimeter, because he said this the last times he was on with Chris Russell. He was like, don't talk to me about no receiver. We got to worry about is the line.
I agree with that.
I'm a little offended that we're even having this conversation because
I'd take Ayuk.
From a guy, a K9, because I'm giving you K9 status because you probably are a K9. I don't understand what we're having this conversation about, Doug.
It's called fodder. Number one. Number two, gotta have something to talk about.
And we'll see. We'll see. And then back to Terry McLaurin. Hell, he'd probably make a better coin if he had a halfway decent quarterback.
The numbers that he's put up with not with Sam Howell, Case Keenum, what has he had? 8, 9 starting quarterbacks that he's put up 4 seasons of 1,000 yards with?
The sad thing about it is his best quarterback has been Case Keenum.
Well, Keenum, he was his favorite target with Keenum. And I think if we already discussed this before, if Kirk Cousins was still here, things would be a lot different in his numbers. And
Nah, KG didn't want to pay. KG wanted Kirk Cousins to be here for a Happy Meal and a soon-to-be named 6 for $6 Biggie Meal. So that's why Kirk ain't here.
And what he signed for in Minnesota, 80?
Yeah. But
this stayed in Washington for 70.
So Kirk Cousins made $72 million in the 3 years he was in Washington, right? The 3 years that we're having this contract controversy. And the problem that DC didn't had was they kept trying to pay him under the market money. So they signed, RG3 got signed to his this is about to take us down a wormhole, but I'll be your Huckleberry. DC was trying to sign Robert Griffin to his $16 million 5-year option, right? So then everybody in DC was like, well, if we want to sign Kirk to a long-term deal, we'll sign him for $12 million. We'll sign him for $10 million. We'll sign him for $11 million. And like nobody got the concept that if you sign in or you put an RG on a deal that he even ain't gonna have to earn for 16 mil, how you come to me asking me to take 12? That was the issue. But I'm gonna get off of this one because I already see the hair curls from KG. I already know I'm in dark territory.
No, I got nothing to say about it. But you say that I didn't want to pay him when this first started. I said I wasn't the one that wanted to give him $20 million a year. I said for what he's doing now, we got to improve elsewhere. Giving him $20 million a year is going to take away from the O-line and getting him some decent receivers. I said if you give him 16 and a half, 17, we can talk. But after all of that, and he got all the franchise tags and everything, and nothing could be. Yeah, I wouldn't have took nothing less than that either. Yeah. It's a pay cut.
Hey, must be the money, baby.
Well, Xavier chiming in. He said, get your chips and Pepsi ready for the football season and get ready to flip channels from football to baseball to college football. It's almost that time.
Anyway, you might as well take that little baseball thing out of there. All we're doing is flipping from football to more football.
Football.
Speaking of which, Sideline Junkies do it every year. Fantasy football coming up. We will put the link out soon once everything opens up and I tidy up the league because I have to change some scoring and things so that it fits to somebody's narrative.
If we don't want to be with the dinosaurs and everything, then yeah, the scoring rules have to change.
Matter of fact, I'll go in and change the scoring rules.
You know what? If you want to, like, check with your local paleontologist before you make the rules for scoring.
Somebody just mad because they lost on some defensive touchdowns and things like that.
Losers always mad.
There's points. That's all I'm saying. Points mean points. That's all I'm saying.
I get it. Switching gears to basketball. Let's talk Olympic basketball. Team USA. Are we talking guaranteed gold? And that's my question. That's not a statement. Are we talking guaranteed gold in these upcoming Olympiads?
Yes. There'll be a couple games where you might have some challenge, maybe France, Canada, but I don't see a roster out there that can hang with this.
I totally disagree.
Okay, tell me who.
I mean, because first of all, my biggest qualm with Team USA is the fact that Jason Tatum is wearing Kobe's 10.
No,
10. First and foremost.
No,
the number 10 is sacred. All right. There's only a few people that wear 10. Midnight Rider, Kobe in the Olympics.
Oh boy.
I
got discussed with you earlier, you know. When Jason Tatum
but he is
Kobe took him under his wing, man. He was working out with Kobe.
No, Jack, I'm sorry.
Nothing wrong with it. It's just a Laker fan hating.
No. I'm messing with you because yes, I'm a Laker fan, so this is part of that. No, I think I like Tatum wear and tear. The problem I think France is going to be a bigger option or a bigger obstacle than everybody gives them credit for. And then we still got to deal with Spain.
I see the defense in France. I don't see the offense in France. Gobert's gonna do his defensive thing. Reigning NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Wemby's going to be swatting balls and cleaning glass. But who's going to be doing it? Fournier? Is he going to be doing it? No.
I think Embiid did France a favor and not playing with them.
He ain't going to play anyway. He don't get hurt.
No, I think Embiid made it easier for France to clear up their back line, and they can play these other young guys, and they'll be a better scoring option than people think. I think the other issue is you got to think of these other countries like, Slovenia and all those places. Like, we got places that they have talent.
Slovenia has nothing. I don't know what you've looked at. Slovenia has nothing.
But you got Doncic, right? You got Doncic, right?
I don't know if he's playing.
If Doncic is playing, they're gonna be a problem.
That's all they got.
It doesn't matter. That's all they got because it's the Olympics.
So because Serbia has Jokic, they're going to be solid just because they have Jokic.
Yes,
they got him and a bunch of former NBA players.
Yes,
and then Germany with Schroeder and Wagner.
You're making my point.
Can't be
because these teams. The problem with these teams that America doesn't have is these guys play together. When they're spending their time in the offseason, hold on. Let me finish. When they're spending their time together, they're playing together. The problem is they are so built into the team concept that America is looking for. That's the difference. That's why I don't think USA is guaranteed for gold. Is because you're bringing a bunch of individuals and trying to make it a team. And you got to find in these next couple of weeks a team concept. These other teams have been playing together for years. And whether it makes sense to you or not, but they've been playing. Like every Euro, whatever the Euro Cup is and all that stuff, they play together during those.
But they don't play all that with the NBA players on the rosters all the time.
Yes, they do.
And then the NBA guys are practicing with them all the time too, huh?
They're not practicing with them, but they're
just playing games. That's what the USA
we lost to Greece. All right, since you want to go here, let's go here. They lost to Greece back in 2012 or whatever it was.
Ain't losing to Greece this year. All they got is
still they lost to teams that are teams. It's different when you have concept of team basketball.
All right, we'll see.
Now, you got what you got. You got Curry, you got LeBron, you got Durant, you got Anthony Edwards, you got Embiid because somehow he decided to disavow his French qualities. Like this team isn't. The best thing they did, to be honest, Team USA's best point was putting guys like Drew Holiday on this team because he'll be a guy that will sacrifice his offense for his defense.
Yes.
But we gotta be careful because we don't have a lot of those type of guys. So I don't think this is guaranteed gold.
No, there's not a lot of defenses.
The question and getting back to the question, it's not guaranteed gold. I think USA got to be careful because I don't know if everybody's paying attention, but the last two drafts, the French have been the first couple of picks. And if you mix in the guys that are from France in these drafts, like France doesn't have a bad team.
No, I mentioned France might give some gold, but USA's got this.
No, they don't.
Yes, sir. Let's watch.
Let's watch.
All we can do.
But I'm just saying it's not an easy. This ain't all right. Let's pick up your bags because it's USA.
Let me say this. I'm looking at this team. You have Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Drew Holiday, Tyrese Halliburton, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, and Bam Adebayo. Steve Kerr and Eric Spoelstra, your
we trash.
Your coaches with Tyronn Lue and Mark Few.
Yep.
Here's the thing.
Dog, I don't listen to you. What you just said does not inspire any kind of fear in my heart. If I'm Canada, Team Canada, the Maple Syrup Boys, we good. Let's give me America.
They got Canada tomorrow in Vegas.
Give me America.
It's a solid squad. I give them that. I give them that. Canada's got a solid squad, but they're not going to defeat them.
But what I'm saying is, like, we sitting here like, oh, guaranteed gold. No.
I asked the question. I haven't had a chance to speak yet.
KG, we doing the show. This is entertainment value. I guarantee gold here, baby.
No, I do not give this the Blue Magic guarantee. I do not stand by it.
Okay.
Now Jamie says
we got Canada, you got the French. Ain't nobody talking about Spain yet.
Ain't nobody talking about
Spain ain't got nothing. Spain got a team full of former NBA players. Now they
are a team. That's the part you're not understanding.
The former NBA players are on their way down.
So what?
These players are up.
Have you ever gone? And Jack, I know you've been to one.
If we play Spain, I bet you we beat them about 25.
Hear me out.
Go ahead, sir.
We've all been to an open run. We walked into the gym and we're like, oh, we're gonna mop the floor with these old dudes. And them old dudes play basketball and they beat you. And all I'm saying is, I think USA has a team that they're trying to put together at the last minute. Like we're doing that. What's that scene from that movie with what's your dude, Patrick Swayze, and like we're trying to mold that clay.
Oh, Ghost.
We're trying to mold that clay in this moment in these 3 weeks. Meanwhile, everybody else in the country haven't had the time of their life because they play together more often and more frequently. So these teams, these other countries have a better continuity than we do. And I think sometimes being the big brash Americans, we just believe, oh, we can just put this together and do this in 3 weeks or 4 weeks and match their ability to be a team. When they played as a team in this is the same team that is played in the Pan American Games. They played in whatever the pre-Olympic games are, the Euro Cups. Like, these teams have played together the whole time that we're talking about. So this isn't us walking in
gold medalist teams just because they play all the time.
They have continuity, Jack.
Talent's going to take over that.
No, it's not. I'll take continuity over talent every day of the week.
Get your blood pressure down, son.
I know for a fact that I'll take.
Come on.
I got an argument that we're having right now in a chat with some guys that I used to coach with, and I told them, "You give me and my boy Justin Cottrell, the team that we had. I forget the year, but you give us the team that we had, and you put us against the best Moscow team. We're winning because we're a team.
Oh Lord, we're back shit from the 90s.
We're winning because we're a team, not because I'm coach. We're winning because we're a team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's America's problem. That's why America lost to Greece back a couple years ago. That's why they lost to the other countries they lost to, because they weren't a team.
We won 4 straight golds. 4 straight golds. Where were they in them 4 Olympics?
Those teams were getting created. But then all of a sudden you had to create. Think about this, Jack. You had to create the teams the last couple years to even fight those teams off. Yeah, you won 4 straight Olympics, but then what have you done the last between what 2012 and 2024? What has America really done in European basketball or in USA basketball?
Well, they had a bump in the LeBron James team. That team sucked.
No, that team didn't suck. That team sucked because of Larry Brown.
They didn't have the right position players on that.
No, Larry Brown messed that team up.
Bull crap.
Larry Brown, even though he's one of my favorite coaches, Larry Brown messed that team up in 2004. I will fight you to the death. That 2004 team sucked because of Larry B. Because Larry B wanted to prove a point. Larry B did his best Dale Harris impersonation, and he decided to leave LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade on the bench. And he didn't let them play. Meanwhile, you had Allen Iverson, Chris Paul, Tim Duncan, and all those guys on that team. And you couldn't find a way to play those guys. That's the problem right there. But you're a coach, but you can't find a way to mix in the young guys because you got a harbinger against young guys. I'm sorry. KG, give me that face.
I think the young guys would have won it.
No, they wouldn't have.
Well, gold medal champions,
defending
gold medal champions until beaten. Defending gold medal champions until beaten. We will see. Bye.
All right. I got France.
We're gonna go round and round if we keep going. France. Okay, I'm let me get that down.
Write it down.
Who you got, KG, winning the gold?
I mean, you guys have been going back and forth. All I wanted to say was, you have to watch out for France because they do have scoring. Bilal Koulibaly is balling. Like they've been showing highlights of this cat taking off from the free throw line. I think one game he did a 360 from the 3-point line. I don't know.
Oh, I agree. I said France and Canada will be the only go.
Yeah, this is how we'll do it, Jack. I'll give you America. Give me the field.
I said I guarantee. So
you guarantee it. Guarantee.
Canada, America's gonna win this gold medal, man.
So wait. Is that a Blue Magic guarantee? Do you stand by it? Do you guarantee it like that?
Yes, the best team is the best players. I don't care about all your practice time, all your playing together. The United States gonna win their 5th consecutive gold medal. Blue guarantee.
No, Blue Magic. This is
Blue Magic. Oh yeah, y'all. Blue Magic.
You gotta stand by. It's like Pepsi. It's a brand.
Blue Magic guarantee. USA wins gold. So who's your pick, KG?
Let me say this. Looking at this team overall, and I understand what the Midnight Rider is saying about this team not putting fear in your heart. I will say this. This is a well put together team. They did have a close call. I want to say it was yesterday, a day before, against the college select team led by Cooper Flagg. They had a close call, but that means nothing because it was at one point in time that the greatest assembly of talent had a close call against the college select team before too.
Yeah.
So this is going to come down to coaching. This is going to come down to the adjustments that this coaching staff can make against these teams because you have, yes, they're former NBA players, they're older, but you also got to remember a lot of these guys playing have been pro since they've been 12, 13 years old. And they're 25, they're like 15-year pros. So we got to also, I blame the Michael Jordans, the Larry Birds, the Charles Barkleys, the Magic Johnson. I blame them for this uptick in talent around the world because they got so many people interested in the games. The game got better around the world. I blame them for this stiff competition. But I don't want to guarantee U.S. gold because it all comes down to coaching.
All right.
My eyes are on France and Spain as of right now. I want to see how they come out, how they play. And since we're talking about USA, and Midnight Rider alluded to this earlier, it's a lot of fake outrage going on around Joel Embiid playing for the US. And somebody said, well, Patrick Ewing didn't play for Jamaica. Hakeem Olajuwon didn't play for Nigeria. So why are you upset about Embiid playing for the US? And somebody put it in perspective, said Embiid went to high school in the US, college in the US, and he's been a US citizen for most of his life. Why are we outraged that he's not playing for Cameroon?
You mentioned Embiid went to high school in the U.S. Do you know what the name of the school is he went to?
What's that?
The Rock School. I didn't have time to look it up, but come on over to the Rock. That's the school. But Embiid, he shopped himself around, I feel. I mean Cameroon, he didn't even play, but he wanted to try to play for France. And then he just jumped on and kind of left them hanging when he got citizenship in the U.S. and joined the U.S. teams. I think he shopped himself around.
But Hakeem Olajuwon didn't play for Nigeria in '92. He was actually supposed to be picked for the Dream Team, but couldn't get picked because he wasn't a U.S. citizen. But he wound up on Dream Team 3 in '96.
Mm-hmm. Yo, we can voulez-vous avec moi, say Shah, all you want on this.
Hold on.
I knew that's why I did it.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Man, that's a song.
Okay, you had to get it to the point. But
it's the first French phrase that I learned. And I learned
That's why I said it that way, because I knew I was going to get you to correct me. But no, seriously, France is going to be a threat. I think Spain's going to be a threat. Even though Rudy Fernandez is on his 6th Olympic team in this thing. Like, we gotta like we have this American arrogance that we play basketball better than everybody else. But we always forget that when they practice 6 days a week, we play 1 day a week, but we play 6 games in that one day. There's a problem with the way our grassroots are playing basketball. And I will always take somebody's grassroots of actually developing players over us being like our arrogance. Because that's what this is. This is American arrogance. Like Jack Carr right now, what he's doing, he's like, it's America, baby. And he pounds his chest and he takes a Steve Weiser or Budweiser or Jack Weiser and he just chugs it.
That's best players in the world on this team. Best players, some of the best players in the world. 12, 13 of them.
But they're not the best team.
And then we got my friend.
I always say this, and this has always been, this could be a Midnight Rider-ism, it could be a Conti-ism, but I always tell people, when you got 5 fingers playing as individuals and all you can deliver is a slap, it doesn't deliver the same blow that when 5 people play as a team and issue a punch.
That's a good one. Never heard it. My friend Jamie Myrick is chiming in on the comment line. She's asking about Serbia. You know, she said the Serbs are 3rd in the odds behind USA and Canada. Our thoughts on that?
What's Serbia? Is that your boy? No, Slovenia is
Jokic's team.
So that's Jokic. Yes, exactly. I think
they can ball, but I think they're playing for a bronze.
No, I don't think so. They got a chance. Like, these teams have a chance because they play together more often. You got to think about every 2 years they're playing a Euro Cup.
10 times. We good?
No. Because you got to think up. They're playing a Euro Cup every 2 years. So these teams play as a team all the time. We don't play in Euro Cup. Like the worst thing we do is we play the Pan America game, and we will throw a team together to play a Pan America. We don't have the consistency that these teams have. That's my point.
Here's the thing. This is what
and it's part of the reason, excuse me, KG, hold on. This is part of the reason why we got to the point where like Larry Brown and all, I mean not Larry Brown, but Coach K and all them brought these guys together. If you look at the film when they had Kobe and all those guys, because we don't play as a team as often as everybody else in the world does. Go ahead, KG. I'm sorry.
But that you stole my thunder because that's what I was about to say. That's what Colangelo put into place after 04. 04, you come in, you have some great talent, but you win bronze.
Right.
Because it was kind of thrown together. So what they did was they put in an initiative. If you can go through the select process, we need you to donate 4 summers of your time to playing together, going to the Pan American Games. So it's a big pool. You put yourself in the pool and everybody plays together. Now, if you're available this summer, but you're not available next summer, cool. But when it comes to the Olympics, you still have to try out of this pool. That was supposed to stop just throwing a team together and saying, all right, go out there and play. The thing is, if you look at the way the original, and I always go back to the original Dream Team because the way it was constructed, what they did, you should have never went away from that. Because you say what?
That's different.
What you mean it's different?
Because when the original Dream Team was created, we played basketball differently then.
Well,
they were always willing to sacrifice their game for the good of basketball.
Yes,
right.
That's the problem.
We're talking about guys that, hey, I know I can score 20, but if I score 9 and I give up, or I do this, or I do this, they were willing to do that.
And
that's the difference.
That's the problem that Chuck Daly had with that team early on. But see, here's the thing. This is what they did. They put the team together and they played the college select team, got embarrassed, wiped the board, came back the next day and said, you're going to play my way. Because everybody was trying to make the extra pass, be too given. They weren't playing their game. And when I say go away from that, because those practices down in Monte Carlo, everybody said the practices in Monte Carlo before the exhibition games and the qualifying tournament were some of the hardest practices they ever went through.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And they got intense. Chuck Daly had to cut practice free because he said that Magic wanted to show everybody he was still top dog. Jordan wanted to go off and wanted to beat the brakes off of Magic's team. Larry Bird laying on the floor like, hey, it's whatever.
Yeah, they was getting physical, fighting.
Right.
It was getting something.
See,
competitive.
Once the season ended, okay, Celtics celebrate your championship. Everybody else should have already been together somewhere practicing. So when Jason Tatum came in, you just catch him up to speed. What needs to be done, what he needs to work on. And he's already in basketball mode, so he doesn't have to work himself into a lather. You keep going. So you got a month. Then you get to these exhibition games, which are starting tomorrow, and you get into some real competition. You already a well-oiled machine. Y'all ready to roll because y'all been doing this for a month.
Well, I mean, all I saw was Cooper Flag.
Yes, sir.
What to say? I know Jack about to say this.
I was just going to say it.
Love
that exhibition game.
Yeah.
Coop's all up on him.
And you know, that's another thing. We're in a cyber age. That exhibition game, the score of that game shouldn't have came out for another 20 years. You should have known it was close. You should have known if they lost. You should have known nothing about that. It took us over 20 years to know that the Dream Team lost to the college select team in 92. We didn't know that. That shouldn't have never been told. That's a closed practice. Nobody should have known what happened in that practice.
KG.
And you had another Duke boy on that team. Bob Hurley was running that show.
They said Hurley was throwing lobs to Mashburn, Weber. He was just Hurley was a diamond dude anyway. He was probably going to be one of the best point guards ever because he was so smart. Yeah. But you had people like Rodney Rogers, told Bird, you ain't hit a shot since 84. And Bird came out there and told him what he was going to do. Bank shot here, bank shot there. Oh, this ain't going to be nothing but net. He said, look like 84, don't it, huh? And he bust his ass. But nobody knew these stories until 20 some odd years down the line. They're just coming. Most of these stories are just coming out now. This right here, you got to be under wraps. You don't have to be on Front Street with everything. Go ahead, Midnight Rod. I know what you're about to say.
The difference is that we live in a world where, like, information happens to come out. Like the reason you didn't hear that 20 years ago is because, nobody put the tag on the pigeon and let them fly out across the country to make the noise. Like, we're in an information world where information is key and information is life. So there's a difference why, like, 20 years ago, you didn't hear about the Dream Team, but you hear about this team having this Cooper Flag moment. And we got video of Cooper Flag. And Cooper Flag was giving them the business.
Shouldn't have been no cameras in there whatsoever. Any cameras that's in there should have been inside cameras to go over tape and say, hey, this is where you messed up. This is where we got to get better as a team.
In today's world, though.
So, KG.
Close practice.
Here you are, KG, shaking your fist at the cloud.
Here's my thing. I don't want nobody to see the chinks in my armor. That's my whole point. Close practice. Nobody needs to see our weakness.
We know the chinks in your armor. You're America. You're the most. We put a team together of LeBron James, KD, who else? Kawhi Leonard, who can't even play any other time during the season. We got, unless Kawhi just got some special juice, maybe he got jungle juice, maybe he got some steroids. I don't know. But Kawhi Leonard hasn't played consistently for anybody over the last 3 years outside of Toronto. What are we doing here? Like what does this mean? Like we're sitting here gassing up this team. Yes, we got Jason Tatum. Yes, we got these guys, but they're guys that have to come together. And the best thing that Team USA did, Jack Carr, take the smile off your face. The best thing this team did was take Drew Holiday and put him on this squad.
Yeah, no,
Drew Holiday, what Holiday's going to do is he's going to take the biggest defensive assignment. He's going to sacrifice his game, and he's actually going to play team basketball. And the problem is, are we going to get everybody else to do that? That's the key to Team America. That's why that's why I'm not believing in this team.
Okay.
Well, you got Holiday, Halliburton, the Bayou. I think them three are going to do some decent defense. And then the bigs, you got some shot blockers with Embiid and the big boy from the Lakers, AD. Defense ain't lacking on this team. They're not all NBA defensive players, but they got defense.
Team is lacking.
We'll see. That's where I'm at now.
Let's go rapid fire and wrap this up real quick. Angel Reese wins Eastern Conference Player of the Week in the WNBA, set the record for most consecutive double-doubles by a rookie. I think she's up to 14 now. So congratulations to her.
Yes. They play again tomorrow afternoon, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
So, double-double machine. They're talking about her and Caitlin Clark, which is what it should come down to for Rookie of the Year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're doing fan voting for this or what have you, but it is a close race, and both ladies are showing off and showing out. I will say that.
I think Reese has a slight edge. The double-doubles, the rebounding she's doing is tremendous. I think Reese has a slight edge on Clark right now.
Big Dog checking in. Acknowledge him.
Acknowledge me. What's up, Big Dog?
He said, me? But I think this is going to be a close Rookie of the Year race. I can't wait till they play the All-Star game. As well as I want to see the women in the Olympics as well, because I think they got some stiff competition coming up as well. I think USA gonna be in a dogfight on both sides. So I'm very interested to see how that turns out.
Well, back to the double-double and the player of the week. You know what the record is for double-double, most consecutive double-doubles in the NBA?
What's that?
227 by Wilt Chamberlain. I was curious about that. And then you get into the quad triple-doubles. We only had 4 of them in the NBA. Was it David Robinson was the last one in 94, Hakeem Olajuwon, and, you know, these 2 guys did it with blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Only one NBA player did a triple-double with steals, and that was Aaron Robinson from 86, Alvin Robinson.
Yeah.
He did it with 20 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 steals. So 4 quads in the NBA. I was just curious about that.
And did you get KG on PlayStation? Because he got a
I haven't had a quadruple double in 10 years.
Okay, I'm just checking, man, because you know how your stats are.
Now double doubles. I chased down Wilt Chamberlain with that. I have.
Also, we had Caitlin Clark.
You got more double doubles than me.
I'm sorry, Jack. That's an inside joke. My bad, Jack.
I was just gonna say, also, you know, Caitlin Clark became the first rookie to get a triple double the other day.
Right.
That's pretty impressive. She's been close 8 or 9 times to getting it.
Yeah, the bad problem is her teammates can't catch the basketball.
I agree.
Yeah.
They can't catch it. When they do catch it, sometimes they can't shoot it.
Right.
Down in the box.
It's not a her problem. It's a them problem.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It would have been had if she had a little bit better skilled players around her.
Exactly.
It will come in time. They're definitely going to build around her and Asia Wilson. Isn't that Asia Wilson with her over there?
No, Asia Boston, I think it's her.
Boston.
Yeah,
yes.
Aaliyah Boston.
Boston. That's what I'm talking about. She gets bumps and bruises sometimes, but Boston's a dog.
Last but not least, we haven't done this in a while, but I got some beef.
Oh boy.
Got beef.
Now, I'm gonna say this, and
Why don't you just go? Oh, time out. Why don't you just go main screen? It's your beef
Okay.
segment, so go single box.
Sure.
I'm gonna say this. Gilbert Arenas, excellent show you do. Great show. Great. Beautiful. Stop over-exaggerating what you could do in your career. Stop talking about the Wilt Chamberlains and the Bill Russells and Bill Russell. Oh, he was the second tallest person in the league. That's why he had that. I shot better from the field than him, and then I did this. Every generation is different. The 60s aren't as good as the 70s. 70s aren't good as the 80s. The 80s aren't good as the 90s. The 90s aren't as good as the 2000s. Yes, we love to go back to 90s basketball and talk about how great it was because it was actual basketball. And Midnight Rider said something earlier about the Dream Team playing basketball. No, they didn't play basketball. George Gervin said it best. We was hooping. That's what they did in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. They was hooping. Now, what they doing now in the 2000, 2010, they play basketball. I don't know what they call it now in the 2020s. But back then, we was hooping. Nobody hoops anymore. Okay? Now, Gilbert, you talk about you would score 50, 60 a game, but you say MJ wouldn't do it. Well, you were a volume shooter, and what's the other cat? God, I can't think of his name. See his face, always wear the crown.
Oh, Rashad
McCants. For him to come out, yes, you made the NBA. Yes, great. Beautiful. You beat the odds and made the NBA. Don't over exaggerate what your career was because your career was shit.
True. Had a couple good years.
You didn't win a 6th Man of the Year, a Most Improved Player. You didn't go to no All-Star games. You didn't win no championships. You weren't instrumental in winning anything. But you can sit there and you'll tear everybody else down. Please, as a podcast, as somebody that started a podcast back in 2017, we started this. When the pandemic hit, it's like podcast equipment went on sale. Everybody want to start a podcast and everybody want to tear everybody else down. Stop that shit, especially y'all sports podcasts. Stop tearing down other generations of basketball players or other players when you can't even, you put your resume against their resume and it don't shine.
True.
Please stop. You're ruining your rep by opening your mouth. Steven Jackson.
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming.
Dog, all that you claiming blood and all that, dog, you're 50. It's about we gotta grow up. We got kids, man, grandkids, all that street life shit. That shit don't mean nothing. Only thing that we need to be worried about now is you gonna use Aspercreme or you gonna use Bengay.
Don't forget to had a lot of cane in it.
That's all I need to hear you talking about when you making these videos. Now I understand you were upset. You can't say you're upset and you supposed to quell this stuff and stop the violence. And, you know, we got to come together as a people, but you ready to go smack somebody and put hands on them and you know, unalive them. Dog, we can't do that. We bigger than that. You can't go out into the streets and tell somebody you going to smack shit out of them. No. Dog, you're supposed to be a leader. Now you're close. I think he's 3-4 years older than me. I'm 42. I'm not going out here telling nobody I'm going to fight them. I make jokes about it, but I'm not telling nobody I'm going to fight you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my hands on you when I see you. Nah, because if I want you, I have you brought to me in a trunk. I don't have to do anything.
Tell him, shut up.
Gentlemen, y'all are ruining your reputation with these takes and these antics, man. Please stop.
You see, KG?
Y'all killing it, and not in a good way. And I'm off my soapbox.
We got a guest in the studio today.
Oh, snap.
That's my girl, Lily. Say what's up, Lily.
Uh-oh, pound.
Oh, she does that on command, for real. Fist bumps. Yes, she does.
All right, fellas. Let's wrap this thing up. Get on up out of here because we are at an hour and 13. And we here's the thing. When you come into a show and you're like, damn, I don't know if it's gonna make the quota to fill a show.
No.
Gentleman Jack Carr, Midnight Rider, the Boss BJ never disappoint. They always give me enough.
Why? It's because we long-winded.
Yeah.
That's what I was told this weekend. It's because we long-winded.
I've been told that a couple times.
Yeah, I've been told that too. Being long-winded ain't a bad thing. It's good to be long-winded. It's good to be long-winded.
I wanted to just bring
Yeah,
something
that's all
up
I was waiting for.
before the show ended. Summer League basketball. It's on TV more than I have ever seen it before. You used to have to have, cable TV and see it on NBA TV and all that on special times. Man, all day yesterday.
Jack. That's it's always like that. Like people
ain't been on ESPN continuously.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Because I made a joke. If I can find, hopefully, maybe it comes up tomorrow and I'll tag you in it. But like, I made a joke a couple years ago about the groupies being in. They were there during the summer league. Like the NBA groupies didn't have time off. They would jump in and be there in full throttle during summer league. I'll never forget that post. I don't know. If it comes up, I'll tag you in it, Jack.
I just don't recall it being on TV as much.
Yeah, because on the West Coast you do now it's called the California Classic. Right. They used to have a league. They used to run out of Vegas. So you had the Vegas League. I want to say it was one in Orlando. Don't give me I think it was part of it. So they had that going, and actually Orlando used to be first. Then the West Coast League would start.
Yeah, I remember them being down at the big complex in Orlando. I remember that.
Yeah. So they always popped off, and they would just show games because they searching for content.
Oh, I know. I understand that. Maybe it was just me not having interest in watching Summer League. I don't know. I just don't recall it.
Because you want to see Bronny. You want to see Bronny.
Oh, I know that. I didn't. Did he play yesterday? I saw the Lakers on.
No, he played the first game and now he's out for the rest.
Oh, like his daddy.
Yeah.
He had swelling in the knee, so they gotta look at that. Here's the thing.
All right, let's get out of here real quick.
Hold on. With Summer League, if they looking for content to go up against Summer League, you can actually go and do. You can start filming out West Coast. You do Drew League. You can come to DC, film Kenner League. Oh, yeah. Like you have leagues that you can actually that people are interested in. Mm-hmm. And if you guys remember during the lockout, all the NBA players from the West Coast is in the Kenner League. I'm sorry, in the Drew League, all the East Coast players is in the Kenner League down Berry Farms and everything like that. John Wall, Kevin Durant, everybody. And then, of course, you got that famous clip of Kobe pulling up for a Drew League game.
Right.
And cooking James Harden. And they want the security's like, nah, you gotta leave. He was like, I'm gonna finish this game.
Right.
Yeah, they was
that
also
right there, must see TV.
Yeah, they was
even
also
if you don't have NBA players playing.
Yeah, there was in New York too, wasn't they? Wasn't they up in New York? Record?
Yeah, no, they were out California. Were they?
No. So the one that Kobe
competed in the big record
Kobe's
tournament.
got a couple. Kobe crashed the Drew League, but Kobe also crashed. What's the one up in New York with the park?
The Rucker League.
Rucker League, Rucker Park.
Rucker. Yeah.
He crashed Rucker too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he crashed Rucker,
he did both.
He didn't have shoes. They gave they gave him a pair of shoes, and he went out there and balled. And people say, "Oh, Kobe Bryant ain't no street baller." Kobe Bryant ain't no street baller. Yes, he is. You gotta see. This is something people don't understand. Yeah, he grew up in a different way because he didn't grow up in this country. But one thing he did, he found a court and he balled.
That's right.
And he put in that work. And I wish guys. I mean, I love when Kevin Durant do it. When Kevin Durant comes home, he plays Barry Farms. Now there's so much influx in Barry Farms. They don't realize what they ruined by not only tearing the houses down, but you don't have the games at the courts anymore. So you don't have everybody that lived in Barry Farms coming over to the courts. You got the cookouts going. You got everybody. Crime stopped. Because everybody was there to watch. And they just like, we can't do nothing wrong because they're not going to come back if we do.
True.
I'm not even going to get on that soapbox. I already feel where it's coming. And being somebody that was raised in D.C., and I ride by old courts. I ride by Bacchus. I ride by LaSalle, and nobody's out there balling. And I'm like, I remember when these courts were full.
Oh.
I remember walking in the gyms when I got older and asking, hey, how many y'all down? And people telling me they 10, 12 games down. I'm like, damn. You trying to find somebody to run with. Right. We don't have that anymore. Mm-mm. It's like the game is dying, and nobody loves the game anymore. So that's my pain in my voice there. But fellas, final word before we get out of here.
Don't you gotta like diversify bonds and stuff like that?
That's Saturday nights.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I you can't. That's gimmick infringement. I will not stand for because I get yelled at. Seriously, I just want to see what this tournament's going to play out to be. And then Wimbledon has given us some things where probably we wouldn't expect
especially on the lady side. The lady side is wide open.
Wide open.
The men, I don't remember how the Alcatraz or Alcaraz match played out. But yeah, the men's gonna be even more exciting because you're gonna try to have Djokovic come back off of that knee. So if you don't watch tennis, just take a moment, and even if you don't watch during the week, just watch this weekend. The finals for the men and the women, and you'll be enthralled.
Yeah, semis are first, and then the finals a couple days later, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, I think there's a 2-day gap between now and the semis, and then you got another gap between the semis and the finals.
Yeah, I think Djokovic is going to win the men's. Like the women's is wide open, man. I sat and watched Coco lose the other day. She got beat.
Coco's problem is she just doesn't have the consistency.
And it'll come with age.
Right,
She's
right.
still a youngster, very young.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the Olympics period. Can't wait from the start. And then, I'm excited to talk MLB All-Star Game on a future show here coming up. So that's what I got to say.
Can we put a pin in that on Thursday?
I'm sorry.
Can we put a pin in MLB All-Star Game on Thursday?
Yeah.
I think it should be done because you got, the home run derby on the weekend, right?
I think that's next Monday.
They moved it to Monday.
Because look,
the game's on Tuesday.
I was about to get mad, but like, ho. It's called the Midsummer Classic. This is the treat that we get during the week. Like, what are you talking about on a weekend?
Yeah.
No. So yeah, you got that. Yeah, you got that. Thing. I just lost my train of thought on something else. But yeah.
All right. So until next time, till Thursday, that's the Gentleman Jack Carr. That's the Midnight Rider. I'm the big guy KG. Stay tuned for those invites to the Sideline Junkies Fantasy Football League, because I will be getting with the Midnight Rider, changing those rules tonight so we can have that right. But stay tuned for that. But until Thursday, the Boss BJ's on special assignment. We don't do no overtime, baby. We are out here.